My child, have you ever wondered why, when my son Jesus confronted a legion of demons, they desperately pleaded to enter a herd of pigs? This scene may seem puzzling, but it holds powerful truths about my authority over darkness and the deep spiritual realities of evil in this world. Today, I want to show you the real reason why the demons made this strange request and how it reveals my son's power, love, and what this story means for your life. Stay with me, and I'll reveal the mystery behind this moment and why it matters so much. My beloved, the moment when Jesus cast out a legion of demons from a tormented man is more than just an ancient story. It's a powerful reminder of the battles that are constantly taking place in the spiritual realm. In this story, you see the undeniable authority of my son over all powers of darkness. But there's more here than what appears on the surface. The demon's request to enter the pigs was not random. It had a purpose that goes beyond what most can see. Let me walk you through this incredible moment and show you what was truly happening behind the scenes. 1. The tormented man and his cry for help. It began when my son and his disciples crossed the Sea of Galilee and arrived in the region of the Gerasenes. As soon as Jesus stepped onto the shore, he was met by a man who had been suffering for years under the control of evil spirits. The man had been living in torment among the tombs, isolated from society and unable to be controlled by anyone. He was trapped, not just physically but spiritually. Mark 5:2-5. He'd been abandoned by society, living in chains, both visible and invisible. But deep inside, even in the midst of his torment, this man was crying out for deliverance. And when Jesus arrived, everything changed. The spiritual forces that had tormented him immediately recognized who stood before them: the very Son of God. This moment wasn't just about a man in torment. It was about the battle between darkness and light. 2. The demon's fear of Jesus' authority. As the man approached, the demons within him cried out in terror, recognizing the divine power standing before them. "What do you want with me, Jesus, Son of the Most High God? In God's name, don't torture me." These weren't mere words of acknowledgement. These were the cries of fear. They knew that Jesus had absolute authority over them, and they were terrified of what he could do. This recognition of Jesus' authority is a crucial part of the story. The demons knew that their time was limited, and they understood that my son had the power to cast them out and send them to a place of torment. They begged Jesus not to send them out of the region or into the abyss because they feared being condemned before their time. What you need to understand, my child, is that even the forces of darkness recognize my son's authority. They know that they cannot resist his power. And this same power that terrified the demons is at work in your life today. My son's authority over evil is absolute. And when you call on his name, darkness must flee. 3. The request to enter the pigs. In their desperation, the demons begged Jesus to let them enter a nearby herd of pigs. "Send us among the pigs. Allow us to go into them." Mark 5:12. This request may seem odd, even bizarre, but it's deeply significant. The demons knew that they could no longer inhabit the man, and they were desperate for a place to go. But why pigs? To understand this, you must know that demons are restless spirits. Their nature is destructive, and they seek to bring chaos wherever they go. The demons didn't want to be cast into the abyss, where they would be confined and unable to carry out their destructive work. Instead, they wanted to remain in the physical realm, even if it meant inhabiting animals. The pigs represented a temporary refuge, a way for the demons to avoid judgment and continue their destructive influence, however limited. The request to enter the pigs was the demons' attempt to continue their work of destruction, even if it was at a lesser scale. Their goal was still the same: to steal, kill, and destroy. The demons' desperation to remain in the world, even through animals, shows their relentless desire to continue spreading darkness. 4. The destruction of the pigs. Jesus granted the demons' request, and they entered the pigs. Immediately, the entire herd, about 2,000 pigs, rushed down the steep bank into the lake and drowned. This mass destruction was not an accident. It was a clear demonstration of the destructive nature of the demonic. Even though they were no longer able to harm the man, the demon's instinct was still to destroy. The death of the pigs is a vivid reminder of what the demons would have continued to do to the man had they been allowed to stay. But there's more to this than just destruction. By allowing the demons to enter the pigs and then watching them destroy themselves, my son was revealing the true nature of evil. Evil cannot create, it can only destroy. It is self-destructive by nature. The fate of the pigs shows you what happens when evil is left unchecked. It always leads to ruin. For the man who had been possessed, this was a moment of freedom. The demons that had tormented him were gone, and they had been exposed for what they truly were, agents of destruction. This man, who had been living in darkness for so long, was now free to live in the light. The destruction of the pigs was a powerful symbol of his deliverance. 5. The townspeople's response. When the people from the town heard what had happened, they rushed to see for themselves. They found the man who had been possessed sitting calmly at Jesus' feet, fully clothed and in his right mind. But instead of celebrating this miraculous deliverance, they were afraid. The sight of the drowned pigs disturbed them, and they begged Jesus to leave their region. The townspeople's reaction reveals something profound about the human heart. Rather than rejoicing in the man's deliverance, they were more concerned with the economic loss of their pigs. This shows you how easily people can become focused on material things, rather than the miracles happening right in front of them. They missed the incredible work of my son because they were fixated on their own loss. My child, I want you to learn from this. When I work in your life, don't let the cost of what you might lose overshadow the miracle of what you are gaining. Don't let fear or material concerns blind you to the freedom and deliverance that I am bringing. The townspeople missed the true miracle because their hearts were in the wrong place. I don't want you to miss what I'm doing in your life. 6. The deeper reason behind the demon's request. So why did the demons ask to be sent into the pigs? At the heart of their request was a deep fear of being sent to the abyss, the place of ultimate judgment. The demons knew that their time was limited and that their fate was sealed, but they sought to prolong their influence for as long as possible. Their request to enter the pigs was a desperate attempt to delay the inevitable. The demons knew that once they were cast out, their power over the man would be broken, and they would be forced to face their final judgment. By asking to enter the pigs, they were trying to avoid this judgment and continue their work of destruction on earth. But even in their desperation, their plan ultimately led to their own destruction. This shows you that no matter how much evil may try to avoid judgment, it cannot escape the authority of my son. The real reason the demons asked to enter the pigs was because they feared the power of Jesus. They knew they couldn't continue their destructive work in the man, so they sought to continue it elsewhere. But their plan failed, as all plans of darkness eventually do when they are confronted by my light. 7. The victory of Jesus' authority. The story of the demons and the pigs is a powerful reminder of the authority of my Son over all things, both seen and unseen. The demons had no choice but to submit to him, and their defeat was inevitable. This same authority is at work in your life today. No matter what spiritual battles you face, know that Jesus has already won the victory. His power is greater than any force of darkness, and when you stand in his name, you stand in victory. In your own life, you may encounter forces of darkness that try to bring you down. But remember this: my Son has overcome them all. Just as he cast out the legion of demons with a single command, he has the power to deliver you from any oppression or attack. Trust in his authority, for nothing can stand against the power of his name. My child, the story of the demons and the pigs is more than just a strange encounter. It's a powerful lesson about the authority of Jesus and the reality of spiritual warfare. The demons begged to enter the pigs because they feared judgment and sought to continue their destructive work. But their plans were thwarted by my Son's power. Remember, no matter what you face, my Son has already won the victory over darkness. Trust in him and know that his authority reigns supreme in your life.